Now
Alt J. You don't know Alt J? They're good.
Is that a command on the keyboard?
You want to start over?
No mulligans in this game, son. That's
That's
when we hit a hotty toddy. God Almighty.
You gotta keep talking. We can't if we don't.
If we don't talk over this enough, we'll get pulled down.
Yeah, we got our first YouTube warning.
Fitz,
Was it a warning? Heart out.
Yeah, Fitz Magic on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the future we'll have to. You can't use the most famous songs.
Right. Yeah, that one was actually called Fitz Pleasure.
Yeah, but I mean.
I know, but I was just doing it to like bridge the two.
Yeah, we should have done a song that was our own parody of it and sang it. We should just do karaoke every intro.
Yeah.
Or that would be the worst idea of all time.
Did you turn my headphones off?
Did I?
I don't know. I feel like you did, because I can't hear nothing. Hope we can. Oh, thank you, sir.
I thought you wanted them all the way down.
Well, I was just saying that if things start popping, it's because these dry rotted headphones are.
Yeah, those are
doing
$20 Sam's Club headphones from about 7 years ago when I started the Triple Option podcast. So.
Yeah, they're pretty crusty.
They're pretty crusty. They are the sluttiest of all the headphones we have in here, and somehow you still keep using them.
I don't know why. They're poofy.
I
like the way they feel on my head.
I'd rather go get the Apple cord ones and just plug them in than.
Dude, the ones you're wearing now, they always feel like they're wet.
They're wet?
Yeah.
Like
the moisture
local,
from water.
like Tampa Bay's local attorney, Fran Hosh, who always looks like she's wet on the billboards.
What? Is that what?
She always looks like someone just dunked a bucket of water on her like 10 minutes ago.
Sure.
It's not right after. It's like just like you're not sweating, but you just like got thrown in the pool.
Yes, that's the same.
I don't know why.
Headphone.
It's like a greasy thing.
I don't know. Whatever material that is, it's like too slick and it's cold all the. It's gross. I hate testing those things.
These headphones are about 15 years old. Hey, welcome to Headphone Podcast Talk. I'll be your host.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to talk about it because we didn't talk about it beforehand.
I want to get us some white ones to really brand this thing out correctly. We've got white suits you bought.
Yeah.
To get our headshots going for this. You know, if we're going to rebrand 80s style, 80s cocaine, Miami Vice style, we got to go all the way.
Yeah, it's not white supremacist style because.
Yeah, no, not down with that and cargo shorts and.
White is okay.
Tiki torches and shit.
It's not right.
I don't need to go to Charlottesville ever again. I've been once.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. I did. I performed there.
Oh, sorry.
Not that right. Not for that. I went to the University of Virginia, did a show, and then we got in a fight with some people at a show with my friend Chris Cheek, who's an attorney.
Oh, okay. What'd you do?
Actually, for the state, so he probably won't like this.
Whoops. This is a comedy podcast.
Comedy podcast. Wink, wink.
It's not real.
Not everything we say is real, and so it shouldn't be slander.
Did you get your ass kicked?
No. We went in somewhere. We were kind of the mean guys.
Oh,
but people,
that's cool.
They were being mean to us because we came to the party we weren't supposed to, and we were all like 24 at the time. So it's like, dude, really? We're gonna have a high school beef about like.
I got punched in the eye going to a party I wasn't supposed to go to. Apparently,
but were you in high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
He's in law school. I'm on the road as a 24, 25-year-old. So it's like. We're hanging with a bunch of other adults that are our age.
You know, now that we're 35, you talk to a 25-year-old, like, you're still a child, too.
Yeah, but not enough to fight. Get in a fight in your mid-20s.
Well, it happens for sure. 30 is the cutoff.
On a college campus, it's like, it was a nerd fight. All these guys were law school students.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, I would have loved to have seen that. Bunch of nerds.
It was interesting.
Okay.
He did a punch where... I may be remembering this wrong because I wasn't sober, but he did a right hook, but he did the fake right hook and hit him with the elbow.
Oh, on purpose?
And knocked the guy out.
You did it on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
And I was like, where did that come from? You're Jewish. What the fuck?
How do you fake a right hook? I guess
you lean into it, so you go like you're gonna hit. It happens so quickly. Yeah,
use the hips.
Oh,
all
punching's the hip.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to lean more because you're gonna basically cycle around, and do like a tornado.
Fight talk.
Welcome to Fight Talk.
Do you remember we have sponsors?
Do you want to do them?
Trygrasshopper.com/sweat. Don't be a jabroni and have your cell phone ringing when you own a business. How's that?
That's you tailed out. It looked like you had something.
The end. Is that what you want?
It looked like, when you go to a dinner party and someone's talking about something and they run out of steam, but they just wanted to talk.
You and I do it all the time. Or just,
I know,
it's
but that
the
one
dad
was,
thing.
That one was like a total
I just
you had another part to it and you're just like, nah, fuck it.
No, I didn't have anything else. I should just let me.
Because you weren't really thinking about
cheat seat.
I think you need the Price is Right one.
Which one? This one? Oops, this one. Yeah, I don't use that enough.
Even that one's a little long. All of these.
I know.
You got to listen to Bald Brian on Corolla's podcast.
I've heard him. The master.
Yeah, he definitely is. I would say you did what I've done on stage and this is kind of like being present, right? It's not saying that you're
Are you
not
talking to me right now?
Yeah, you're not. It's not that you're not being present. I'm saying like when you're doing the read, you weren't. I try to visualize me getting frustrated at someone that doesn't have the phone line for their business. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That helps me do the read off the cuff.
I gotcha.
So like I've been on stage where I've told a joke twice because I was just
Because you're not very good.
I'm not very good and my memory's bad. So
Yeah.
it's a 1-2 punch, right cross punch hook.
Mm-hmm.
But
Also the time you told 2 jokes.
told 2 jokes in one set.
We're on maximum dad joke mode right
So-
now. Huh? Just like, whatever.
So
we got sponsors. Look it up. I don't care.
look, here's my thing. Google Voice. Here, I try to throw a little fun fact in there, and this one I've talked to a lot of people about lately is Google Voice. They don't want you to use that for your business, and if they find out you do, it can mess up any other advertising campaigns you have going on.
Plus, the numbers they give you are from like out of town, and like they don't make any sense.
Well, chicks use it to like give another number.
All the whores.
Like literally, a lot of chicks use Google Voice as a second line to like do the fake number thing.
Why don't they just write a fake number?
Because I think they want to like.
Oh, because dudes are like, let me
I
text
think
you
it's
right
like when
now. I
you're
want to do
married
it right now.
And you're like, all right, celebrity. If this celebrity came up to me and was like, I want a bone. You know that scenario that never happens.
Yep.
I think they keep that number like that bucket of just like maybe that 1 out of 100 calls.
In case they need that dick.
We have it to our call-in box, so that makes sense.
Yes.
But I just found it striking that a lot of women I started asking around that I'm friends with, they all have another Google Voice number or have a Google Voice number as additional. But if they're running a business, they shouldn't. They shouldn't use that.
Right.
That's a big. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying it because Grasshopper's a sponsor. I did a YouTube advertising campaign for a client. And we had a Google Voice number linked to the account, and then people were hitting up that as a call extension on the ad.
Right.
And they took down the campaign, they shut down the whole account.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, Google does a thing with your ads where they give it its own phone number, right? So if you want to have like a certified Google call,
yeah.
to make sure that it's coming from that ad, it'll call. The number displayed is not like your business line. It's a number that Google has as something to call, and it routes it that way, so you can keep track of it.
Yeah. So from the business side, if you really want to get into it with the ads, you probably want to get a third party one that gives you a bunch of phone numbers. They have them just for Google. I wouldn't use Grasshopper for that necessarily. I'd use that for a real business phone line and one that you have your team on. Mm-hmm. But for ads, you can get like a phone. You can get a service with a phone line. I'll look up in a second, where it'll make the next digit different, kind of thing. So it's not too
like the last digit.
It's so you can tell what ads are getting what purely off that. Because then after a while, you do these campaigns and you A/B split so much, you might have 8 different numbers for 8 different campaigns. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, word of mouth starts happening from the people you're getting as clients or customers off of that. They give you that number out, And then it becomes this thing where you're trying to track offline too now.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking is the Google Voice lines that they're cracking down on is probably something to do with those ads getting their own numbers or something. They always want you to use their stuff.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I get.
I don't know. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? They always seem to have a plan.
Oh.
Start cutting down on the Google business lines they want, but I guess it's not the same thing.
There is a connect. I'm sure we can look it up. I don't think that's wildly interesting if I research it right now.
Yeah, I was not meant to go beyond right now.
Well, look, I'm
sorry. Pee Wee Herman.
Nice.
Heard of him?
Yeah, masturbated in Sarasota, not too far from here, in the movie theater.
Did you come in it?
Who's that?
That's from Always Sunny.
Did you come in my burrito? I didn't.
You have a bad memory. You don't remember me playing this last time?
No.
God damn.
Dude, come on. Is that from Family Feud?
Yep.
Fuck off!
I got them all, baby.
Top Golf.
No, fuck off. Top Golf.
I thought it was Top Golf. I can't hear
Another
very
sponsor.
Well.
Brought to you by Fuck
God,
Off.
Oh, I don't want Fuck Off. I still haven't done our taxes, business taxes. That's why I got to get gofreshbooks.com. I did the extension, which is, I think it's like $200 per member of your team. I did the extension, and then I had to do one more because I thought you do business ones at the same day as personal ones on the extension, which is in October. Turns out, if you're an S corp, nah, it's a month earlier.
You got to do two taxes.
No, I do, but I mean, I thought they were both on the same extension date of October 17th or something.
Oh, the deadline.
And yeah, the deadline. And then our great accountant, shout out to Michael Messina, CPA, got a hold of me. He was like, hey, where is that stuff? Because I'm having a kid and I'm not going to be able to help you this week. And I was like, what?
What week?
And I was like, what kid?
Well, I mean, Q3 coming to an end.
September 17th was that deadline. So you pay $200. Don't be like me. We're going to get a bookkeeper because I'm so bad at doing this as far as a habit. And you got to know when to not try to do everything.
Dude, you got to just get ahead of it. What you spent, do the day where you do it, and then stay on it.
It's like eating healthy. I know what to do.
It's even easier once you get there than eating healthy.
Still don't have a routine. So that 4 a.m., I did it for 2 weeks, and then it was like, we can't do this anymore for this house. I was like, fine.
Yeah. Well.
So I'm back to a late night schedule where I'm working at night instead of early in the morning and trying to do what I would do. So I take what I was doing 4 a.m. like that, and I need to do it at night. No matter what.
I feel like that'll mess with you though.
It sucks.
My brain juices go better in the morning.
I know, me too. Well, for admin stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
better
mindless shit, then yeah, help you go to sleep.
I call it flex time at night. Yeah, it does help me go to sleep because I hate it.
A little accounting.
Spreadsheets, anything. Yeah. And then I call the nighttime kind of flex where I can do creative and stuff.
Honey, it's flex time.
And then I get I get in the mirror and do spitball ideas.
Oh, yeah.
And flex.
Glutes mostly.
But for both of those, try grasshopper.com/sweat, like key sweat, and gofreshbooks.com/sweat, like sweaty balls.
Just like that.
Both of those, you get some kind of hookup. One's $50 off, and the other's pretty good too. I can't remember. I'm too lazy to look it up, and we're in the show, man. So
yes, it's officially started.
Yeah,
yes,
we're in this piece. So you just had an interesting conversation. You were
what?
The doctable.
Mm-hmm. Well, as I'm sure everyone knows,
I'm keeping notes, by the way.
I'm running a dental practice. I got a phone call from a dude at Doctable, and what they do, I don't know if they're all dental or they do other stuff, healthcare too.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he's trying to sell me on a service to do Google review texts. So the patient is getting ready to leave. They're checking out, hey, did you have a good experience? Can we text you a review link to Google? Boom, boom, boom. They say that that's the best way to get the Google reviews. Okay, cool. And I'm telling him, or he's selling me the whole time, and I'm telling him, well, we use Bird Eye, and I'm not so sure it doesn't do that sort of thing already. And it was like, oh, blah, blah. You just brush me off. wasn't even didn't even address that. He was like, "Yeah, but what about?"
So you're in a hard sales call.
Oh, real hard.
What's his tone? I always think these are funny. These guys, like hard sales guys, are funny to me.
Trying to think of who to picture. I don't know. For some reason, in my mind, he's Italian. I don't know.
Okay, painting a picture.
You know, that buttoned up tie, like his neck is just crunching over his gross tie, and a little sweaty.
You got a little fat. Roll.
Yeah, but the dude was just selling me hard. I even had to stop. I was like, I know you're not allowed to get off the phone without a yes, but I gotta get off of this shit. And then it was 25 minutes of this guy being like, well, can I follow up in an hour?
Why don't you just hang up?
Because at the time I didn't realize I had the capabilities of what he was selling me. I just hadn't figured it out yet.
Right. Oh, that's right. Okay.
And so he's actually been hitting me up a bunch lately, and I'm just waiting.
What's his name?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Oh, dude, if we have his name, let's give him a shout out.
Oh.
And then we can have people call him.
He was like Ian something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the guy's like,
I thought you guys
still
were friends.
blowing me up, and he knows that I know I have Bird Eye that does the same Google review text links. I figured it out that day.
We're a partner, with them.
And the guy was still willing to sell me on the service that I already have, so that was cool.
Yeah, there's a thing with sales, hard sales. We're both, when we took that personality test, the advanced personality questionnaire, when we took that almost a year ago, wow, that's weird. It seems like it was a long time ago, but not a year ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
Time's moving and fast and slow at the same time.
Damn, is that right? A year?
We took it in November, and it's almost October.
You're right. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We should take it again, see how much we changed. No. So we're both account farmers. We're both sales farmers. So we build relationships with people long term. We can't sell anything unless we truly believe in it.
Yeah.
And then there's the hunters, which are more aggressive. I don't think the belief in the product or service really comes into it that much, but
for the hunters
to get the declaration of one or the other. But
a quote unquote great salesman can sell anything.
Right.
So it's like,
so
those are the guys that they want in the shitty companies. They need the good salesmen because they don't have good products.
So I want to kind of like give an overall kind of piece of advice that I got. One of the best things I ever read in business school was a piece called, it's a Harvard Business Review case. And if it's open source, I'll try to find it real quick because Harvard does that. Harvard content does that thing where it's like you got three reads on it. Mm-hmm. They're tracking you.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you got to buy Harvard Business Review. But it's from 1970 because I showed this to someone. I showed this to a friend of mine, a colleague that's female, and she was like, "What makes a good salesman?" That's the title of this. And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Salesman?" And I was like, "Uh-huh."
I just realized that you were getting at.
I didn't get it.
I'm like, what is the problem with what is happening?
Snowman? Do you want? I don't know. Like what? I was so like confused why she was like giving me this stink eye, and I was like, oh, salesperson. Is that what you want on there? Okay, this is from 1967. Like this is when just boys.
I mean,
stuff.
dude, just now I didn't understand what you were getting at.
I did it exactly like she did it to confuse you.
Beaten over the head with it before we.
I was the same way. I was like, what? I don't. And then it got weird because now it invalidates the article.
Plus, you kind of hate her.
No, I love her, but I'm saying like I hate her at that. Yeah, right.
Yes.
At that juncture, I don't want to talk to her anymore.
Right.
But I'm still pushing. Hey, you should really read this. This helped me out with sales. It helped minimize the ickiness of it.
Right.
So basically, what it tells you is everybody's a salesman.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to sell the audience on ideas and entertainment, right? Mm-hmm. But let's say a real practical way to look at it is they talk about you're a middle manager, and most people are, right? So you
Tell me about it.
You start your own business, and you go. It's one of those things where you're like, I don't have a boss, and I knew that's a fallacy. Just like comedians telling me,
it's so much worse.
Everybody's your boss.
Yes,
and your vendors are somehow a side boss that don't do what you pay them to do.
Yeah, they're kind of dicks about it too.
So really, like, it's better to have that one manager than be your own boss a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Everybody that is buying something from your business is your boss.
Yeah.
Until you're so big that, you're in a
or you're
conglomerate.
Not. Yeah, if you are not feeling that pressure, then you're probably not doing a very good job.
Of a small business.
Yeah, if you don't feel like your customers are your boss, then reevaluate because you'll be done.
Exactly. And so it basically says, like, it uses the scenario of being like a senior manager somewhere, corporate, right?
Right.
You're in an office. You're probably listening to this podcast while on Excel in a cubicle right now.
Getting your balls stomped on high heels.
Whoa.
We were just talking about that.
No, that's the boss man. And we were talking about that off air. So out of context, that sounds like you and I go to like FetCon.
Don't give them context. Just leave them.
Okay. You guys talk about it on the message boards. And so the deal is you have a boss above you and you have a person below you, right?
Yes.
As a middle manager. You're selling your work always to your boss. Hey, I did this. I got this done by this. You're always selling, even if you're a paper pusher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have
you're selling the quality of your
You're selling what you do. You're selling
your worth.
Your value all the time. Inversely, on the other side, you're managing someone else. You're selling the project plan, the management of the psychology of running, whatever service you're doing.
Your own authority.
Yeah, that you've got your shit together as a leader. So there's all these things where, like, just because a transaction doesn't really happen doesn't mean you're not selling.
Yeah,
well, everybody thinks sales is icky.
Yeah, it is icky.
I do feel gross.
It can be icky, but like we were talking about this a couple days ago about just it helps to have a good product that you believe in because then it's not icky.
I can't do it.
I was saying that you can't do what?
I can't close on anything. I'll limp in if I have to. That's how it used to be. Like,
oh, if you don't believe in it?
I used to work for Rabbit Air, and I wasn't supposed to do it's an air purifier company. And they're really expensive, high-end ones, and they worked. But when I first started, I wasn't supposed to do any of, like, talking to any customer. I was doing, like, broader business development marketing things. And so they would shove me off to trade shows because I was the only white guy that could speak English clearly. They're from Hong Kong. It was all their family that worked there.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, they wanted me to be, like, token, hey, you're going to go be our show pony.
Okay.
And go out to every trade show.
Ugh.
We're talking hot shit like Allergist Convention in Boston, IPCPR, cigar convention in Vegas. Talk about dad gut.
Dude, those conventions are the worst. If you're having to set up and do it.
By myself.
God. Oh.
Because we didn't pay.
I
They're
could
Chinese.
imagine how that
We didn't pay
looked.
for anything. We had to make our own. We made our own trade show booth.
You were probably the first one. Was probably you did a good job.
No, they were like, you can't do that. There's contractors. Like, this is union. You can't do it in this event center. And it's like, that's when you're so cheap that you don't even realize, like, you're not supposed to do something. And so, like, these guys, the Teamsters are supposed to do it, and my boss fought not to.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So we already paid for it by doing the trade show.
Wow.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, we're going to do this thing we already paid for, and it sucks, and you'll sweat in a suit doing it.
So anyways,
everybody's a salesman, and they used to try to make me hawk air purifiers at these events because sometimes some people buy them right there, and I'm like, no. This is before I knew the product was good because I didn't know it was good for a little bit.
Oh wow, a man with sales morals here.
I said, dude, you got me in a trade show like the other ones have models in it and stuff. Like, nothing feels worse, more like a jabroni to me than being in a shitty trade show, in a shitty trade show booth, and people coming up and they're just kind of not even interested in
what's free.
Yeah, I mean, what
that
kind of swag you got?
Yeah.
Beauty. I went to the beauty ones in Orlando. That's for a different job, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, once I realized the product was legit, like it was there 6 months. I didn't mind talking about it because I was actually like proud to work there.
Right.
Because there's a lot of that industry. If you go to Home Depot and buy air purifier, it's not going to work. Those things don't work. Those are shitty.
But the ones you were selling were good.
IQ Air, this one, Rabbit Air, and there's a third one. Those are the only 3 that were legit.
I've never looked into an air purifier. I feel like it could be all bullshit. Is it? What are they saying they do?
This one's good because, I mean, I can get into it if you want, but
just,
it's HEPA filter, so most of those ones don't have a HEPA filter in it.
Okay.
High efficiency particle something.
Analysis.
And then it had charcoal in it, which charcoal, if you have a hangover, I heard is really good too.
No kidding.
CVS, you can get a charcoal pill because it absorbs stuff. So there's a charcoal filter in the Rabbit Air one, and that would take a lot of that out. So that's why we got the cigar market, and I moved back to Tampa. I was like, well, we're Cigar City, so perfect.
It just doesn't seem like they could do enough.
I kind of want one in here. If I didn't not have beef with them, I'd probably get one.
No.
I didn't get fired, but I got my contract didn't.
Szechuan beef.
It didn't get re-signed, so I was like,
yeah, that old gag.
Yeah, and I was like, there was a thing with every guy there's one dude that would be like the one under the husband and wife,
right?
The number 3 in the company, and the wife would always fire that person. So I was only there 2 years, and 3 guys got fired, and it just kept dominoing up, and I just default failed upward.
And you raised to the level of number 3.
And I got there, and there was like, nah, you're done.
Was it because you wouldn't bang the wife?
Nah, she just wanted to make us a whipping boy.
Oh.
But I couldn't. I don't have that personality to just go, yes, sir.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what all the other guys would do. I got them from $3 million in sales to $6 million in sales, so I'm part of that story at least.
Cool.
In 2 years. I got them in Wall Street Journal, in Cigar Aficionado.
Sweet.
And I didn't know anything about PR. Anyway, I had to sell them to the PR people. Hey, man, this thing's good. This thing's good for the cigar market. You should check it out. I think we're both good about that naturally.
Yeah.
That's why we do this podcast a little bit. Is like,
yeah, it's easy to be enthusiastic about good shit. But most people don't get to sell good stuff. That's the thing that I feel bad for people. You just get railroaded into that job. It's like
cars, right? Things that are so ubiquitous. It's not going to be so different that you can get on. Like if it's a unique product, you might be able to get a hold of it and be like, this is kind of interesting.
Oh, dude, I tried selling AAA memberships for a couple months.
Oh my God.
That is the biggest. I mean, they had like 5 people. This is in Gainesville, Florida.
And they send packets.
Like, dude, who doesn't go online? This was, 10 years ago, but still, like, even then, we'd get upset. Oh, man, somebody renewed online, didn't call me over the phone to give me their phone. It's like, why would
they see that as losing a sale?
Yeah, it was losing a sale. It was taken out of our paychecks. I mean, it was the biggest waste of time ever. But, on the flip side, in Gainesville, my next job, I was working for Snap-on Tools, which is the best tools, like, you can get for real. And
Did you know that going into it, though?
Kinda.
Did you just get? How did you walk into this job? Did you just kind of get a job?
Well, I had been interviewing all over town, and I was
it was whatever. You weren't like,
yeah, exactly.
I need to be in this area.
It was just one of those things, and they actually flew me to Chicago for the day for the interview.
Humble brag.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty awesome. I got to ride in a van, and then sit in the lobby of a hotel, and then get back in the van and go home.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it.
It was one of those church vans, wasn't it?
Yeah. But, it was easy to sell Snap-on. I mean, that stuff, like, legit helps guys do a better job,
You gave me one for a wedding gift. It was one of the best ones I got. I use it all the time.
That's my go-to gift for the man who gets married is a nice Blue Point tool set.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. Like, I'd mount the TVs with it and ratchet it up.
Yeah.
I don't know how to... I never had ever used that stuff before. And then, B... it's so easy and clean. Oh, it's so clean. I like opening up the case. It's so clean and just
it's very
nice.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Keep everything where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, dad boners everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like, chrome finish on everything. Everything has a spot. Everything's organized. It's mine.
It's labeled.
Yeah, and no one can touch it.
Yeah.
So sales is weird. I have to sell kind of all the time, but I'm not in the car in the mirror like, all right, it's go time. Like, you are the boss.
Just getting amped up.
You're going to make this fucking happen. Coffee's for closers, bitch. Like,
yeah, it's more like just having them see your side of things, really. Like, see what you see in whatever it is you're trying to convey, you know?
Well, so when we first started this firm agency, you know, I would kind of peter out part of the process of business development. Mm-hmm. So like now I'm so confident in what we can do and what knowledge, you know, we have collectively and just personally. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I can walk in a room and talk to anybody now about what we might be able to help them with.
Yeah.
And not delusions of grandeur. Like, hey man, we can get all this shit done. We're going to get, I never promise, and I don't do hard sales to promise you're going to get X amount of money out of our ads or our marketing strategy. Like I just go,
in the past, this is what happens.
Now I have a sample size to back it up.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you've got the experience and the sample size and the knowledge.
It's called wisdom.
And the confidence.
Experience times knowledge equals wisdom.
Nailed it.
Nice. But that's the thing with sales is like there's ways to do it, and I've figured unless you have a lot more on this, like the actual face-to-face hard sales stuff or on the phone, all they're getting you to do, you know what they do? They ask you a question instead of answering a question.
Right. Would you say you have enough Google reviews or which is more, 200 or 12?
Would you like more?
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, how
many
Google...
asking me easy questions and just get to the point?
You ask them like, what, like how strong is a Google review? Like how much is that going to help me? And then they'll be like, they can't answer it directly.
They try and convince you to convince yourself.
They're like, well, did you know you're under a 4.3 right now? Mm-hmm. And that could be really bad. Did you know that being on Google's not everything either? And you're like, you were just telling me it was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't like that? What about this over here?
By the way, I made this metaphor via text to a friend who's asking me about Bird Eye, using us for that and for reviews.
Bird Eye's legit.
Reputation management. We'll put up. We have an affiliate link. We can put it in the episode notes. What I was going to say is I told him with reviews, and you're doing drip text, drip emails, like you're talking about.
Yep.
So someone leaves your spot. It's called a drip email or text, and it's automated. So when they check out by whatever system y'all use, it prompts, hey, 10 minutes later or 5 seconds later, so you get them before they get in the car maybe.
Yeah.
How's your experience? Now, you need to send, just generally to everybody out there, if you're trying to do something like this with Bird Eye or anything else, I said it's like an NFL receiver trying to catch the ball. Mike Evans did not do this Monday night, and he could have got a touchdown. Catch the ball.
Chris Godwin, too.
Get it at its highest point. Get the ball at its highest point. So you want to get the customer or client at their most excited point, because that's when you're going to get the best review.
Right.
And they'll write something. You got to get them to write something too.
Yeah, that's key. Because anybody can tap 5 stars. It doesn't look real.
Like 70 characters or something, I think, is what you want. I go, hey, you can do it guerrilla style like we've done, and you can just get your friends' phones.
Yeah, steal your friends' phones and then just write it.
Look, there's no honor in the review game. Like, I don't know why people like feel like they have to be so moral about, we'll do fake likes on something. We'll do fucking fake, not fake reviews, but we'll do it. We'll grab people's phones.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the real ones too. It's not like,
I think you need a baseline sometimes.
I think people think they're going to go, their like tombstone's going to have like, he had 10,000 followers on Twitter. Twitter's not going to be around in 5 years.
5,000 of them were real.
I think Twitter's going to die.
Really?
Yeah.
My battery is low.
That's my new heads up for 33 minutes in, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to get the NFL chimes for the 2-minute warning. Like the NFL films chimes.
What is it? Do it with your mouth.
Oh, dude, I can't do it. You know it.
I can't.
It's always the one where they show like old NFL films and they're in the winter, and it'll be like, yeah.
It's not even close, but in my head it sounded perfect.
Yeah. But we can do that next episode. We'll bring that up.
Okay.
Because that'll definitely get taken off YouTube.
Yes. NFL don't fuck
around.
All right,
so let's review. Bird Eye good. Doctorable sales guy. Sorry.
Greasy.
Ian, or whatever your name was.
Ian Bell. And tag your ass on Facebook.
The Doctorable software is probably the same software as Bird Eye.
Yeah.
I know you can do this kind of white labeling of software, so that's not that unusual.
They did seem to have some other features that they did that were not review management, but at the same time, didn't need it.
Yeah, if you're going to do ads that you have a lot of calls, make sure you try to do a bunch of different numbers. So people don't keep leads data. I think that's so weird.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's how you budget. That's how, if you have information, this is what I do with all my clients. Like, I'm like, do you have anything? Like, your gut instinct, what is it?
Right.
And then let's see if we can, like I'm doing with my accounting, go backwards and remember what everybody did. What this meal was. Is this a write-off?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably is.
Just keep track of it. Stay on top of your shit.
Technically, I talk business all the time, so.
Yeah. Well.
I guess that'll be it. we gotta record another one.
Yeah, back to back.
But this one won't be live.
No.
So until next time,
sweatequitypod.com and all of the social media things.
You got to be direct. You got to say them all.
Nope.
Yeah.
What was the new one we saw?
Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. We're on there now. YouTube, LinkedIn, your mom's chest, and Facebook.
Yes. All right. We'll see everybody later.
Bye.